distracted me. I want to continue where I was. So at 28 then, if you haven't won anything, have you got a big decision to make about your future?
I don't know where you want to lead me, but...
You do.
But I would
Let me be more specific about this and say Harry Kane has loved playing for Tottenham, hasn't won anything, is at the peak of his powers.
Yes.
Should he, if he isn't, should he be considering changing lifestyle and football club in order to have success?
Well, I would say that Tottenham is in a position where they can be ambitious, you know, and that we should not maybe judge only the today's situation. Tottenham was top of the league in December. There were a few times top of the league when I was still at Arsenal, but
you don't win anything for being top of the league in December, do you?
That's true. But only he has to, I would say he is the only one who can assess the situation. You feel, you know, I remember Thierry Henry told me, boss, when he went to Barcelona, he said, we have a young team. I know, I'm 31 years of age. I know we cannot win big things anymore because we have not the maturity in the team to win the championship now. Let me go to Barcelona. I'm 31 years old. I have only a few years, and I accept that, you know. At 28, you still some time.
So if he hasn't been thinking about the future, then now is the time that he should?
I would say certainly. A player like that is always solicited by other clubs and always has to assess his situation. I think he was, until now, a real top leader at Tottenham. He's a top leader in the English national team. I respect highly his commitment and his quality, you know. And what I like today, he could basically play as a number 10 because the quality of his assists and the speed of his vision and the execution of his speed on long balls is exceptional. After that, he, you know, knowing my position at Arsenal and Tottenham being at stake, it's not down to me to make that kind of decision.
Van Persie always said he was a 9.5. Is that what Kane is, really?
He started by being completely a 9. He has become a 9.5. Yes, Van Persie was more a 10.5, you know. He was a playmaker and as well a goal scorer. And at the start, when Thierry Henry left, I put him up front, more advanced, and he adapted extremely well because an exceptional technique, Van Persie.
You've had many successes, and we mentioned one today, Fabregas. Theo Walcott was picked up at a very tender age, but there are famous pictures of Harry Kane in an Arsenal jersey.
Well,
how did he escape?
Well, he made the wrong. That's where he made the wrong decision.
Oh, is it really? Were you aware of him? Did you know, or are we blaming Liam Brady?
I know about this story, but he was very young. He was 9 years old, something like that, and his father moved. I don't know exactly what happened, but it was at a very young age.
It's the one that got away, though, isn't it?
You know, the history of every club is full of players you missed and who became top stars. Unfortunately, I would like them all to be under red and white, you know.
Are you done with management, or if the right one came, would you consider it? And international management, is that a motivator still for you?
I don't rule it completely out, but I want really to have an influence on developing the academy, the research center in Zurich, and contribute to put in place what can make football outside Europe, in Europe as well, better. And as well, let's not forget that the women's football knows a boom, and they need as well a lot of support to do that.
Last question. We've got all this way without mentioning VAR. Again, from a conversation...
I can't believe it with you.
Again, from a conversation that we had recently, you were talking about the scars of disappointment remain and can be deep. And you mentioned the French Cup final, Stéphane Oncho, with a handball on the line. You see, you're still angry about it. Yeah. Was that the birthplace of VAR in your mind, that incident, not Thierry Henry's playing for France?
Well, Thierry Henry is similar, you know. It's this is a goal that would have been disallowed. What happens is that when you're inside the game, I see a big difference between people who are inside the game and suffered from defeats. They want more right decisions. We want to know if you lose a game, it is because really...
I get that, but I just wondered when I left you the other day, was that the moment? Because it obviously still deeply annoyed you.
There were many other moments, but I would say having suffered defeats from decisions that were not right, and certainly having benefited as well, what you forget from decisions who were in your favor and were not right, you know, you forget them. But I just would think that it's normal that a society goes for more justice. We live in a period where you want that. Football, I think, football basically during my life has replaced a little bit religion, you know. But it gives football as well a moral responsibility. And we see it more and more, Richard, you know, that weight on the football world to be involved in social decisions has become bigger and bigger. We had examples with Rashford this year, you know, it's difficult. We grew up with a complete separation between politics and sport. That world has gone. Today, football is part of a society and has a moral responsibility. That's why I think that the job at FIFA is so important to develop football with the right ethics all over the world.
For you, the last 45 minutes has probably been arduous. For me, personally, it's been an absolute pleasure.